We help our customers to adopt cloud in the best way, get the maximum benefit out of cloud, and leading to achievement of the digital ambition. We help customers right from the assessment stage to implementation, migration, modernization, and managing the entire the cloud landscape. Yes, it is a competitive area, but what differentiates us and players like us from the rest of the market, rest of the competition is our skill level with respect to the entire life cycle of the cloud. So we are running our company with a very different philosophy, and the very name suggests. How many companies then you come across with this philosophy? Workmates. Okay, so we have run it like this in the past, but when the organization grows, you need to continue following this philosophy of mateship among all the employees, not only employees, partners, customers.
Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday Investing. This is the 19th episode of Know Your Promoter series, where we talk to the promoters of companies which are bringing their IPO and try and understand from them the business model of the company and vision behind bringing the IPO. Today we have with us Mr. Kamal Nath, who is the promoter and CEO for Workmates Core2Cloud Solutions Limited, the IPO for which is opening from November 11th and will remain open till November 13th. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Manish. Thanks for inviting me for this session.
Sir, so to begin with, maybe I was reading through the RHP and I saw that you had a professional background having worked with HCL and SEFI. So maybe if you could give our listeners a brief rundown of your professional journey and how did you decide about starting Workmates to begin with, that would be helpful.
Yeah, so I had worked almost for 35 years in the corporate world, mostly in the areas of IT, data center, cloud, uh, managed services, cyber security, and communication, mostly these areas. Uh, I mean, in these 35 years, 2 years I've spent in two companies, HCL Technologies and SIFI Technologies. Uh, and HCL Technologies, when I left HCL Technologies and joined SIFI, I was the India sales head for both HCL Tech's application and infrastructure management business. And in SIFI, of course, I joined as a CEO to drive the transformation and growth of the company from 2012 to 2024 October. And so that's my brief. I can elaborate it, but if you want, but there's the highlight of my last 35 years of career.
Understood, sir. Thank you. That is helpful. Can you also probably just give us a bit more background about Workmates? How was Workmates decided? How was Workmates started, and when did you join? What was the scale before it? What is the current scale of Workmates? What does to a layman, what does Workmates do? Just explain to us a bit more about the business model, sir.
Yeah. So Workmates is a company is a young company, 6+ years. The company was formed technically in 2018, and we started our business in 2019 uh, to address the uh, cloud and cloud-related technology adoption, which was gaining momentum during that period. So the set of co-founders, they are all professionals. We are all professionals working, together in HCL and mostly in HCL and SIFI Technologies, and they were all my teammates in these two companies. So the company had a very humble beginning. It's completely bootstrapped till now. But over the years, thanks to the passion and capability of the co-founders, the company has gradually but steadily and rapidly at a later point of time, we have grown in both qualitatively as well as quantitatively. I mean, in terms of the size of the business, number of customers, number of employees what we have. So I joined a year back, okay, as one of the co-founders. I was following from a distance what they're doing because they were my team members, and many of them, I have been associated for more than 20 years in the corporate world. So the main reason why I chose to join here is because I'm always fascinated by the idea of building. So in the past, when I left L&T, a much bigger company, then joined HCL Comnet in 1995. So SL Community was a very small company. Then when I left SCL Technologies and joined SIFI, SIFI was a 625, I guess, 625 crore company. So, and then, I'm again started my journey rather, of building another company. And of course, this is a very exciting time. Sometimes I wish I was born 15 years later, to be to enjoy the excitement and the growth and transformation what is happening, all across, not only in IT but in every industry, right? So my motivation of coming and working with all the other co-founders and the rest of the leadership and the team is that I believe that this can be a very good growth story. So I have my personal belief and conviction about the team and about the market and about the potential. I never cared how small a company is. For me, what is more important is how big the company can become.
Got it. So no, that is helpful, especially because this kind of management is not what we are usually privy to seeing on the SME board. So it is good to be able to see companies which are executive run and have experience of being run, having run public companies much larger in size per se. Sir, maybe can you help us explain the model of Workmates a bit more? Do we have a product? Or majorly, do we do services related revenue? Who are some of our customers? If you could just throw some light on it, that would be helpful.
Right. So let me first give you some perspective about what we do. What we do, what is our business model, what kind of customers we have, and yeah, around all these aspects. So we help our customers, be it a small and medium business or be it a large enterprise, or even public sector. We help our customers to adopt cloud in the best way, okay, and to get the maximum benefit out of cloud and leading to achievement of their digital ambition, right? So today's business, we are most relevant to customers who are who are either building digital businesses or running their digital businesses, okay. uh, a customer whose business is not digital, we have less relevance for them, right? So what we help them is almost, now the word end to end is cliche, but even at the cost of being sounding cliche, we help customers right from the assessment stage to implementation, migration, modernization, and managing the entire the cloud landscape, safeguarding them through the right solution of cybersecurity. And in current times, we all hear about Gen AI. So most of the cloud platforms and definitely AWS, which is our very strategic partnership, core to our business. We use their AI tools to develop Gen AI use cases for our customers. So this is the innovation layer. First is the adoption layer, management layer, protection layer, and the innovation layer. So we may be a small company now, but we have developed capabilities across all these areas, to be relevant to our customers. And ultimately, Manish, relevance is the most important thing. If you are relevant to your customers, if you are able to articulate your propositions well, you are valuable to the customer. Second, what is our business model? And it's very important to understand our business model. Our business model is asset light and annuity heavy, right? So we are very consciously, we have been an asset light company and annuity heavy because most of our 80% of any new contract which we sign, by and large, are annuity businesses. And this is very crucial for sustained growth of an organization because this annuity business has got compounding effect on the revenue and profitability, right? So here it is like this. And from a product point of view, yes, you cannot call us a product company as such, but what we are doing is we are productizing some of our services which are important in the AI era, right? in AI, a lot of automation and a lot of, efficiency will come because of the AI tools or AI technologies which are available around us, right? What we are trying to do is take advantage of this AI tools and create productized services so that the services model is not directly proportional to the number of resources, but it is greatly dependent on the efficiency of the productized services. So this is one area, one path which we are taking.
Understood, sir. Thank you for explaining that. But from my understanding, the cloud migration is a rather basic ask which a lot of vendors are competing for. So, can you help us understand what is the mode that we have because of which we are able to derive that business, get that business, and how much of the work that we do is essentially these basic migration to the cloud versus some of the upsells that you spoke about, like Gen AI applications, etc. What is the proportion of the two? And also help us explain how is the work annuity? Like once you have helped someone move to the cloud, how does he keep giving back, giving us revenue in perpetuality per se?
Absolutely. So a good question, Manish. So let us look at things from the customer side. Then a lot of things will get clearer than what it is now. So a customer has got five different partners, to choose from when the customer is taking a migration. So migration is only one set of activity in the entire cloud journey, right? So if you are a customer, will you choose a company which can help to migrate, we can help to modernize, which will help to manage the entire infrastructure and other related services, as well as does the company has cybersecurity skills to keep me secured, and also is this company which can also contribute in terms of some of my transformation initiatives around say Gen AI, right? So it's a choice of the customers. So what we do is we position ourselves, uh, to show the value what we can create for any company, any customer throughout the entire life cycle of his cloud journey, right? So now this is crucial. Otherwise, if we are only positioning ourselves as only a migration company, we are relevant only at the migration stage. So our positioning, to our customers is that we help customers to get the best out of cloud throughout the entire cloud journey, and we help customer to achieve digital outcomes. Because ultimately, in digital businesses and traditional, what is the biggest difference between digital businesses and traditional business? Digital businesses are supposed to be more efficient, faster, cheaper, right? Than the traditional, ways of doing things. Digital businesses are supposed to deliver much better experience for the consumers, isn't it? All of us use apps, right? Apps are great example of digital models, right? If you don't use any app, if the experience is not great, correct? So a digital business, and these some of these faster, better experience, cheaper. I mean, in a way, these are all digital outcomes. So to bring those kind of capabilities, okay, on the table for the customer is the biggest differentiator. Now we are a premier level partner of AWS. In India, there are only 8 premier level partners. So there may be many partners of AWS, and most of them tactical, most of them they are doing other businesses, but they're also partner of AWS because they are consuming AWS. So AWS has got this great, partnership motion where even a customer can become your partner, right? And it happens, right? So yes, it is a competitive area, but what differentiates us and players like us from the rest of the market, rest of the competition, is our skill level with respect to the entire life cycle of the cloud journey, right? If that
Understood.
answers.
Understood. That is helpful. Can you also help us explain and give us name of some of the customers that you have on the company, and then probably I'll hand it over to Tanmay for his set of questions, sir.
Yeah. So we have, first of all, let me give you a vertical perspective of our customer base. So we have our two largest verticals are IT, ITES. which also consists of fintech companies, okay, financial services, followed by manufacturing, followed by e-commerce, and and media, healthcare. These are our top verticals. Now, each of these verticals are undergoing through major digital transformation, right? And a lot of these companies are digital native companies, right? So, and very naturally, our businesses are very high here and varied degree. Top two are IT, ITS, and financial services, which are almost more than 60% of our revenue share, right? And as far as our customers is concerned, we have got a very diverse customer set across all these verticals. For example, in financial services, our largest customer is KFintech. Okay. So the customers are Annapurna Finance. In media, we have Times of India, Hoichoi, uh, both the print media as well as the electronic media as our customers. Healthcare, we have Kim's Hospital as our customer. In media, there are a lot many customers, and in manufacturing, even L&T is our customer, right? And a whole lot of companies in the I can go on and on specifics, but
Understood. No, that is helpful, sir. And
very well
especially
spread.
because you have mentioned K Fintech, every IPO allottee would know of K Fintech because it is the
Yes, I
registrar for almost all
By
the
the way, by
raises.
the way, I will also touch upon this very quickly. KFintech, our first, and when we started doing business with KFintech, our business size probably was 10 lakhs, very small. Migrating one application, maybe, those days I was not here, to cloud, to AWS. Okay, but they are our largest customer today. They are our largest customer today. So this is how cloud business growth happens, Manish. I mean, uh, more and more the customer's digital business grows, the cloud consumption grows, the other services grows. So if the customer is growing, we are also growing. So if the customer doesn't grow, I mean, we also don't grow. So thankfully, the digital models are gaining more momentum. The India market is actually phenomenal now. It is growing at this. It is expected that in the next 5 years, the growth rate is more than 26% in cloud. And the SME market, where we are quite strong, that will also grow, in excess of 25%, or I think 28% SME market. So we are very bullish. At the same time, every company at this stage, we have our own set of priorities and challenges as well. If you personally ask me if I'm able to build a good team, we'll not look back.
Understood. That is helpful. Thank you so much for answering those questions. Over to you, Tanmay, for your set of questions.
So, since you touched upon the AWS part earlier, so there are two sub questions. First is, what is the procedure to become a AWS partner? And second is, which are the other companies which have got the same AWS partnership?
You see, the first of all, AWS has got different level of partnership status. Okay, different level of partnership status, which is AWS Select Tier Services Partner, AWS Advanced Tier Services Partner, AWS Premier Tier Services Partner. So premier level partnership has got less to do with the size of the partner and more to do with the technical expertise of the partner and the skill sets and the technical expertise. So the major elements in those is, first of all, you need to have certain competency, certification already done with AWS. So that is very basic, right? Then you need to have demonstrated ability to successfully implement certain kind of projects. Okay. Then you need to have certain number of AWS competency certified, engineers with you. Then also you need to have a business plan which is in line with AWS's growth strategy. For example, if they are saying, they have a growth priority for generative AI or in the SMB side of the business. Okay, we need to be completely aligned and we need to have a joint business plan, growth plan along with AWS. Last but not the least, you also need customers validation customers validation that this partner is capable, capable of fulfilling or even exceeding our expectation in terms of that. Okay, so these are all a combination of various factors which lead to a premier partnership status. And it is not that once you become a premier partnership partner, it will be always kind of you cannot sustain it. Every year, it is not taken for granted. I mean, every few years, this has to be renewed. The same process happens, and you'll be audited. You'll be evaluated before it is renewed for you.
Got it. So I was reading through our RHP and it mentioned that we majorly target small and medium organizations. And these companies are the early companies. Like first time they might be having some IT budgets, and those budgets are comparatively lower than the large companies. So how big is this market? And from the revenue generated, how much of this is annuity based and how much is one time or like order win or contract basis?
Yeah. So from a market perspective, I'll give the number. SMB, yes, we started. Our company started by engaging with small and medium businesses. Okay, because when you are small, obviously, uh, you know, you get to engage only with smaller companies. But the beauty of this business is even KFintech was very small, small, relatively much smaller, 5 years back, right? So it is not about this whether the company is small or big. It is about the growth of their digital business. So that this is one facet. The second facet is we have now a good mix of SMB customers as well as large enterprise customers. I spoke about Times of India. KFintech is a large organization. Like L&T is a large organization, and even KIMS is a large organization. They are full-fledged enterprises, right? And we have a whole lot of other customers in all the other verticals. Some of them I can't name because we are just signing up now. It can be disclosed. Very large names, right? Yes, to answer your question, yes, we started with that, but our SMB and enterprise mix will change every quarter almost. Number one. Number two, we'll continue to focus on the SMB segment because this is very fast growing. Their decision-making cycle is lesser. They also, they are also more profitable. We have seen that our SMB customers, value the services more than probably a larger enterprise would do. Because in larger enterprise, you find a lot of big players already sitting on it. Okay, so from our point of view, our priorities going forward are we'll venture into more of larger enterprise because we are more confident. We have got a revenue base. We have got the leadership power now. Number one. Number two, we'll continue to focus on SMB, and we are also focusing on tier 2, tier 3 cities because a huge growth is happening in those tier 2, tier 3 cities, right? We are also going global. I want to touch upon this point also. In global, we have already set up an office in Singapore. We are actively engaged in customer conversations in Middle East, UK, and US. So going forward, you will further see the change in our customer profile. Even outside India, the fastest growing segments are the small and medium business, right? So because with the popularity of the digital business models, there are a lot of new companies who are coming. Just imagine the number of new companies who have come to India, in India, right, in the last 3 to 5 years, right? And some of them are very big companies now, very successful companies now, correct? Because the digital companies, digital native companies are very different. These may not be the big top names like Tata, Birla, or the Hindujas or the Reliance of the world. But the digital business companies, digital native companies are initially small. See, our objective is to engage with the right kind of companies in the beginning so that when they grow, we also grow. And we also need to keep in mind that the biggest challenge in our industry is to how do you acquire customer. For us, for our company, implementation of projects is not that big a challenge. The challenge is in the vast India market and now global. How quickly you acquire new customers. Correct. So that is the area where we are working. We have started working, strengthening the muscle and the strength of this business acquisition team going forward, and to which will drive our growth, be in India, be in SMB, be in enterprise, or be outside India.
And what is going to be our revenue split between IoT-based and one-time revenues?
80-20. 20% is one-time revenue, 80% is annuity. And that is the reason we have grown 100% plus CAGR in the past few years. Because if you don't have a good annuity base, it is very difficult to maintain this momentum.
Got for a services company, the manpower is always the most important resource. So, is it right to say that our operations are workforce critical, or there is also some infra criticality as well? And the sub part would be what is our attrition rate at this point?
Our attrition rate is very low now. So we are running our company with a very different philosophy. And the very name suggests how many companies name you come across with this philosophy, Workmates. Okay. So we are trying to we have run it like this in the past, but when the organization grows, you need to continue following this philosophy of mateship among all the employees, not only employees, partners, customers. Till now, we have been able to maintain this philosophy. Now, coming to your more business-like question, uh, I will not call resources. I will rather use the word skills. It is a skill industry, right? And hence, resources are equally important, or resources only can deliver skills. But in our industry now, the tools will increasingly play an important role, particularly in the AI era, right? For example, if we say we have some 125, 130 engineers, right? So it is not necessary when we become a 200 crore company, we'll add another 125, right? Partially because the whole our predominantly our model is shared services model, okay, predominantly. And also because we are now adopting, AI in the form of agentic AI or AI agents, so that our dependency on the number of resources to, revenue growth is lesser. Okay. And it is not only us, all companies like us need to do it. Correct. Because moment you introduce these technologies in your service delivery model, you can deliver projects faster, you can deliver projects cheaper, and even you can increase your margin of your existing products, right? So it works from all direction. So at the same time, we emphasize a lot on certification, on skill building. We hire young engineers from campuses. Our delivery heads are very young. For people who are heading, the managed services practice or the implementation practice. They are, I think one guy is less than 30 years. And other person maybe 30, 31 years, if I'm correct. So, or maybe he's also less than 30 years. So we have kind of, brought them in at a very young age, showed them the vision of the company. And I'm very happy to share here is that they are so motivated. So when you go for the ringing the bell, all these people who have been a part and parcel of the company will be there on the stage with us. How many people with 6, 7 years or 8 years or less than 10 years experience, get this kind of podium? But yes, it is an ongoing journey, Tanmay. And in my experience for the last 35 years, I've seen the challenges for companies at different stages are different. So what is most important is the leadership and the co-founders. We remain, committed to the cause uh, on the basis of which the company was formed, and don't lose those, values. Even if you were 10 times, 50 times, 100 times.
So our company has seen a very healthy top line growth from in last 3 years, which is like from 30 crores to 108 crores. So without giving any kind of guidance, what rough pace of growth do you see, and is this growth sustainable in nature?
So, I mean, my safe assumption should, a safe projection should be, I think we should grow at somewhere between 40 to 50%. I see a visibility minimum, in the next 2 years, year on year. So that is possible. We need to do three things. Uh, we need to acquire, of course, acquire new businesses. We need to retain our existing customers, okay, because they are annuity customers, right? As of now, our retention rate is very high, is almost 98%. There are only 2% churn. But I don't want to be overconfident. So we have created a team, dedicated team to focus only on existing customers, not only to maintain the revenue, but to upsell, cross-sell in those customer base. Okay. The second one and third one is, of course, our global expansion, because if we are able to make entry into some high growth market, high growth for us, it may not be high growth for a very large company, because as I've told, because of our size, our headroom to growth, at least for the next 3 to 5 years, is pretty high. And yeah, I think that should be able to maintain the projection which I'm mentioning here, and also maybe surpassing that.
And also the EBITDA margins of roughly 35% are sustainable in nature.
Sorry?
The EBITDA margins of around 33 to 35% are also sustainable.
You see, for me, EBITDA in our industry is not the right way to look at things. Okay. It is there, of course, it's one of the financial metrics. But I think what you should look at is PAT. Okay. So, these are all related. The reason I'm saying is we are an asset-light company, so depreciation is very less. Interest cost for ours is very less. So PAT, yeah, we are projecting 13%. Next year, we should be able to maintain that, and maybe year after next, we should be able to, do better than this. And yes, at the same time, we are also hiring a lot of new talents, on the mostly on the customer side, the business acquisition as well as implementation services, right? Because these requires not only horizontal experience, technology experience, but also vertical experience. So implementing a cloud project in a fintech and implementing a cloud project in a healthcare company, and particularly in the AI age, besides technology, what is equally more important is, do we understand the customer's business? Do we understand the customers, why is the customer doing this project? What are the business outcomes? What the customers are, desiring to achieve? Now, these requires a little bit of, or fair amount of, rather, I will say, vertical experience. So we are very carefully choosing, the people leadership, whom we are hiring now. And the good part is India is a land of talent. Okay. You just need to create a good platform, bring them together, motivate them, and grow a company. And I definitely want to mention this. I was very fortunate to work in a company called HCL Technologies, rather HCL Comnet, when I joined, I was very young in 1995, I joined. So we're very fortunate to work under the leadership of Mr. Vineet Nair. So, who's, employee first, customer second, that philosophy, I've seen and many people like me have seen, working on the ground and what a beautiful company was created, right? So in CV Technologies, of course, I was the I was in the leadership, and but yes, we know what is good, what is not so good. So our job is to implement what what is good and avoid what's not good. At
Understood, sir.
times, yeah,
Understood.
at times, at times, looking at things through a simple lens and doing things in a simple way works much faster, much better than making it looking complicated or feel complicated.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us. All the best for your IPO. It was a
Thank you,
pleasure
Manish.
to
Thank you,
chat with you
Tanmay.
today.
All the best to you also. Thank you.
Thank you.